Your diet. Did anything change from what you used to do when getting ready for the British Nationals compared to getting ready for this show? Any changes in your diet?
Yeah, my diet-wise, I was doing a lot less cardio now. I've only been doing like 40 minutes cardio a day. For the Nationals, I was doing 2 hours a day. My food-wise, I was eating up to I'm eating up to like 3,500, 4,000 calories. For the Nationals, I was eating 2,400 up to 1,800 calories.
Girl diet.
Yeah, girl diet. And I was hungry all the time as well. But it was different, different type of diets. But like I said, this diet worked out better for me because in the way that I like my food, I'm a big guy, I gotta feed my muscles, So I would never felt like, I needed a treat meal, I didn't feel like I craved anything in this diet or anything like this, And the good thing about it was, I stuck to food what I know I normally eat off season. Sometimes, when you diet and, somebody will come along and say, yeah, let's change this, let's change that, let's change this, let's put these fats in, let's put these nuts in, let's put these greens in. And your diet is so bloody different from what you're normally eating, your body starts rejecting it. So, you end up losing more muscle tissue to start off with. So, yeah, you get in shape, but to sacrifice your muscle size.
Okay, now, this is a question from a former competitor to a competitor. Where do you see yourself? Or let me put it this way: what goal did you set yourself to? Where do you see yourself placing this show? I mean, you see the lineup. We have we have a few guys that everybody knows, but we all have a lot of guys that no one knows. So where do you see yourself?
Like I said, for me, my main objective was to get on stage. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And like I said to you, if you're going to enter a show not going in for the top spot, then obviously don't even bother entering the show in it. Obviously, I'm going to go for the top spot. But saying that, if I don't get it, am I going to be disappointed? No, because I see myself as a winner anyway now. Right. Because getting up on stage after the injury I've had, this is for me is just like getting my feet wet. So everybody can say, you know what, Zach's competed. That's it. If you want to write me off, I look rubbish or whatever, cool. That's fine by me. But that'll just give me the motivation and the fire to come back. Like I said, I can't really say who I'm going to beat or who I'm not going to beat because I'm starting back at bottom of the barrel again now. You know what I mean?
This is your first pro show.
Yeah, so, like I said to you, it's a bonus for me. If I get 10th, cool. If I get 9th, even better. 8th, amazing. So on, so on, so on. The more people I beat, the better it'll be.
If you win the show, are you going to the Olympia?
Like I said, well, I gotta beat your guys first.
No, but seriously, if you qualify for the Olympia, would you go this year or would you wait another year?
It's like this, isn't it? It depends how good I looked on stage and what feedback I got back from people. Like you could, like Dennis, you would say to me, like, oh, you know what, go for it. You look good. Or you could say to yourself, to me, like after the show, or whatever for Flex Online, yeah, Zach looked good, but he's still got a lot of work to do. So, if he wants to go and enter the Olympia just for the experience, go for it, you know what I mean? But if you're going there to expect to do some damage, then, I would wait on. But like I said to you, you only live once, don't you? So take whatever chances in life you can get. You know what I mean?
I totally understand. And all I can say is, and I guess I'll speak for all the bodybuilding fans out there right now, I've been waiting for this moment for 4 or 5 years. I always said I can't wait to see him on stage. I was the one that always said when you pull out, he ain't never coming back. You know what I mean? He's just bullshitting. But I'm happy to see that you make that choice to compete this year, and I know your fans are happy. And this is actually the chance that I give you right now to talk to your fans, because I know you have a lot of fans, even as a competitor that hasn't made his fans on stage like most of these guys do. You got your fans from being who you are. Sat Khan, the guy from England, we call him the crazy kid. So, this is an opportunity for you to thank your fans and then who supported you to make it here to Dallas.
like I say, I want to thank my family for being there for me from day one, you know, going through this ordeal with me and everything. And obviously Nutrex for having my back since day one. I remember I was sat in the hospital, you know, making the phone call to my boss and saying to him, this is what's happened. And he said to me, don't worry, we were sitting down, once you're out of hospital, let's see what happens. Let's take it one day at a time as it comes. I went, cool. And, you know, he's been there since day one. And, you know, the fans who have been loyal to me, oh my God, they've been amazing. You know what I mean? Sending me emails, everything, guys. You know, I love you guys. I can't ask for any better fans. But like I always said to you guys, I'm the underdog. So tomorrow, let's fucking do it.
Kudos to Nutrex. I have to say that too, because they picked him up when he had never been on a pro stage. He got into that accident where I would say 90% of the bodybuilders wouldn't come back from that. They kept you on board. They actually used and put updates or video blogs to basically use your injuries. Yeah. They can put it out to the fans, which I think created a lot of fans for you because they felt for you. Yeah. And I think kudos for that for a sponsor. We don't see this every day. And
you know, the main thing is, I thought, you know, we don't see a lot of bodybuilders when they're injured. They hide away from the fans and hide away from the public because they feel too insecure that people will see them at the most vulnerable point of view in life. I wanted people to see me at my lowest of the low, and now they can see me at my highest of the high, and I'm going to just get better and better because this is just 6 months training. You know what I mean? 6 months training, 3 months off season, 3 months dieting. Tomorrow you're going to see the finishing article, and this is just chapter 1. You know what I mean? Wait till you see chapter 2, guys.
All right, we'll get ready for chapter 1, which we'll see tomorrow. Yeah. You know, we'll see Zach on the pro stage for the very first time right here in Dallas, and I know he'll probably sold more tickets than anybody else on that stage. So everybody's looking forward to it. I'm not going to hold you up for too long because I know you're going to get some rest before pre-judging tomorrow. No?
Don't worry, I'm hyped up, man. I can't sleep.
Oh, yeah, because he said he went from low to being high. So now we're going to get high, and then everything going to be okay. No. Anyways. You know, that was a joke. You know, don't get that wrong. All right. Anyways, for Zach King Khan, I'm Dennis James for FlexOnline.com, and we'll talk to this man tomorrow after prejudging, and then we will know what the long-awaited return or comeback or debut of Zach Khan brought to us. Thanks a lot.